Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spar and Brawl. I hope you're in decent day. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Sam, and we're back with another Amber Heard Johnny Depp video. Maybe they've taken a week off because of the judge, but we're still here. We're still not done talking about this about this trial. So please like and also consider subscribing. If you watch a few of our videos, on Amber Heard, consider doing so. And we also have some other videos that you might find interesting. We're not only a kind of political channel, so go check out the stuff. There might be some things there that you like. But yeah, Sam, out of the way, before we get into it, you were just telling me you had an announcement that you would like to make in the beginning of the video.
I have another announcement.
Go ahead.
So, following my adoption of the term law correspondent, I have decided also that from now on, I would like to be introduced and referred to as a body language expert. Having watched over 8 hours of body language experts talking about Amber Heard, mostly Amber Heard, some of her psychiatrists and stuff, I feel at this point I am well qualified and well certified, frankly, to comment on body language on every issue and all that.
Yeah.
So please, law correspondent and body language expert from now. Man,
the body language thing is getting out of control. The breakdowns of her body, I feel like we don't even need to go that far, but goddamn, and people are breaking down like experts, not just like random people, but experts in that area.
Not just like what do you mean? Not just like who? Be as specific.
No, but they're just so funny. I can't believe the stuff that they say.
I thought body language expert was like a fake science for movies that, there's this cop. I know The Lie to Me is based on a sort of a true story type thing, TV show, but I didn't know they were like, man, it's so cool. And it's, I don't I love the fact that body language people are always they're scientists. They always give two interpretations, and it could be the other one as well. But but it's such a cool job, man. They basically get to analyze people's. Such a good job. We needed to. Nobody talks when you're growing up, doctor, engineer, lawyer. Nobody talks about forensic psychology or body language expertise, or nobody talks about this.
No, I mean, it's so okay. We're gonna go down a different road. But I always think of that. There's so many different kinds of interesting jobs out there, but nobody really knows about them or talks to them. Yeah, as a kid, you never have all these different things that you could possibly be doing with your life in your head.
No, and not that, by the way, not that in my view, and I think some of the body language experts themselves said that, not that you need any expertise to read Amber Heard, because oh my god, man, last week we were doing stuff. I had just seen the thing, so I was like, I don't believe it, and I'm gonna make fun of her. People are gonna be upset because she may have been a victim of thing. The reason I looked everywhere, there's not one single video in support of the most supportive thing is no, I don't believe.
I mean, there's literally nothing. I mean, I wanted to get this video started with saying Amber Heard must be feeling like the most lonely person on this planet. There is literally, I mean, I'm kind of trying to look. You're trying to find some people supporting her, but there really doesn't seem to be anything. And even mainstream media was telling you in the previous video, it looks like they picked up early on. They're like, holy shit, let's be careful with this story. Actually, we might not want to go down this road. They got a nice little warning, which is how well Johnny Depp was received. And on top of this, I learned that apparently Amber Heard is not even allowed to talk to her team during the examination period. So right now, this whole time, she's not allowed to go and practice with them, for when she returns on Monday, which is crazy. I mean, I don't even know, does she have anybody in her family who even supports her? I mean, it's so one-sided. It's so one-sided, and perhaps, I mean, justifiably so. I'm not here judging the one-sidedness or anything whatsoever, where people have heard what we have to say, but goddamn.
But I must tell you just a little prize for you at the end of this video. I do have something that is supportive of a rating at the end, and you won't guess from where. But no, apparently her sister, you said her family and stuff. Her sister is Emily Baker or somebody said once that she probably will take this stand. And man, that's another thing. Like, not only like there's no videos in support of her, there is no commentary in support of her, there's no evidence in support of her, as a lot of, by the way, I love the fact that like now I realize why you said YouTube is a social media thing, because there are all these people that correct me and give me information as a law correspondent. I love that. Yeah, I didn't know the UK thing was a judge thing.
Oh, true. We're
And
gonna get to that too. I forgot. Yeah.
yeah, and the conference was compulsory, so
Yeah.
the judge had there. It wasn't judge's fault, but whoever set up that conference, I would like to have a talk with them. But anyway,
No, man, this is
anyways,
better. We needed a week off.
thank you.
This way it lasts longer.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, you don't want to binge. It's like Netflix
exactly.
It's like Netflix versus weekly like release. Yeah, you're right.
And there's so much stuff. I mean, we can still go back and watch your testimonies. Like, there's still so much stuff we haven't seen. So we even have time this week to go back and catch up, or maybe not for you.
I know, but you do feel bad though. This is like, I still haven't finished 1984 or Moby Dick, but I'm like, what is Amber Heard's sister? What happened? Like, and man, there's like videos of Amber Heard's. There's this video that somebody played of that Amber Heard's sister is in the sort of shitty reality show or something, and somebody's
I've
talking
seen that.
to her. Did you see that? And she's like,
so.
"Oh my God, your sister really beat the shit out of you. Oh, she left some more." Like, I can't believe like there is so much evidence against her, because like at this point, I think they can win a defamation suit, which is almost impossible. Like, they can prove malice intent, can't they? I think they can at this point.
Yeah, I mean, do you think with it just like a more like less insane story, she could have won? Like, not like, if it was just like I got hit once or twice or something, and then
if she didn't like. That's what, again, I'm so glad that I checked and like I wasn't crazy. Like, everybody was saying that, a lot of people on mainstream media were saying this is just like, like pounding on the head of the back that you said, like, the craziness she describes, and the way she lies is just such a, as everybody mentioned, such a childish way of lying that you try to give extra details.
Yeah, no, oh my God. Yeah, people are like jumping on those things. And that sounds like true. Again, I wouldn't want to base a whole trial on like these kind of expert opinions. You would love to see some more photos and videos, but this is kind of all we have to go by. And yeah, this other person I was listening to, they're like, yeah, she suddenly, like, she was talking about when they were sitting on the couch or something when she got slapped for the first time, and then suddenly she like gives this very like detailed thing about how the carpet was so dirty, which I mean, what, Johnny Depp doesn't have cleaners who pass by all the time. But yeah, no, that's one example, and I heard, and the person was saying, whenever you hear this kind of random detailed stuff, that's kind of a telltale sign that the person is trying to come off very like realistic, whereas in fact this is not something that people would generally say if they were telling the truth.
First of all, it's like she's exactly showcasing whatever Dr. Shannon Curry said she had. Like, she's literally like doing a presentation of the most extreme version of that. One. Two, no, it wasn't just the, it's almost like she's reading a book, like she's at some point, she's like, yeah, I was sitting on that carpet thinking, how did I get here? How, when you read a book and a character is like, yes, at that point when husband like hit me, I was like, how did I get here? Why my life led to this? It's all so movie stylist. And by the way, I just have to make this public announcement every time. It does, especially with Roe versus Wade going on and all that. It's such a shame that, like people like her do this kind of shit, because women already are just in every society are treated unfairly. And cases like her already, like I heard a couple of old men saying, yeah, they are all like that.
Of course. But before moving on to more UK, I'm just looking at some of my stuff that I hear I want to mention to you. Oh, I also learned about this. You probably heard it, but apparently even the judge had to tell her a lot of times to stop repeating other people's like words or like kind of tapes or testimony. Yeah, hearsay, that's not. And apparently the judge was interfering in them. That should, I don't know how common that is, but that shouldn't look
Well,
good in the eyes of the jury. Have you heard about this?
yeah, they objected many times, and then it happened. It not in that way, but with the psychiatrist, something similar happened, that they objected with the notes and stuff, and then they had to lawyers and stuff go talk to her and change the stuff. But yeah, as the judge had to again explain to Amber Heard, like, okay, this is it, and don't do that
Yeah.
again. Like, all you can, I think it was regarding an email or something, that all you can say is what was in that. You can't say what other people said. And
Yeah, exactly.
although I'm still, as you said, and I still don't understand this. For example, like, they ask a question or she says something, then they object. Well, jury already heard it, so
yeah,
you know
I
what I
guess it
mean?
just looks bad. I guess after a while the jury does hear it, but at the same
No,
time the
they
jury's
say
hearing, like, I
this.
guess you better get something good. Like, it better be a good thing that gets out there, because if not, I can see the accumulation of someone breaking the procedures also coming off badly in the jury's eyes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's definitely.
And by the way, I'm
But,
sure you've also heard about this, and you've talked about it, which is that Johnny Depp's lawyers also are perhaps not, like, doing the best job. I don't think we talked about this last time, but you were kind of telling me.
That was interesting. That I think it was the channel which I recently found, which is really interesting, called Colonel Kurtz, who's Colonel Kurtz is the character from Heart of Darkness, if I'm not mistaken. He's the bad guy from Heart of Apocalypse Now, Marlon Brando plays. That, evil guy and all
Are
that.
these the two ladies who are wearing the Amber
fuck
Heard shirt?
Amber.
Jesus, I didn't see that coming. And the person walking around outside apparently in that shirt.
Yeah, she was so funny. She was like, she interviewed somebody who she met at a supermarket, and the guy was such a nice guy, again pointing out that this kind of cases probably lead to more men accusing women of lying and all that shit. But they were having a great debate, and she had the lawyer on, and the lawyer was saying that in her view, the lack of objections from Johnny Depp's team with the psychiatrist wasn't good in her view. She said that they could have objected a lot more to her stuff. I don't know, but my view is that was a strategy on purpose, because it just seems generally they, compared to Amber Heard's team, they don't object as much. They're just not as annoying, frankly. Like, but like, even whenever like judge makes a decision, like sometimes Amber Heard lawyers are like, well, I kind of disagree, and then judge is like, I'll sustain it, so just fucking move on, type of thing. So I don't know if it's a strategy or she was right, but she did point out something which I found fascinating, and I think is true in every profession. She said that when you find people on from the highest paid firms and top lawyers and all that, she said she had heard that from somebody else, so this is a third rate hearsay here. But that he was like an expert in law, and he said these, you're gonna see in the case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, like some of the most expensive, most trained, well educated, well paid and lawyers in the world. So expect to be underwhelmed, because like these lawyers that are so successful and are in the top of their profession, they are not necessarily in the courtrooms fighting every time. And she described it, she said that it's like bringing somebody with a savior to a knife fight. It's a whole different type of thing. So I found that fascinating, because I think that's true for every profession. If you look at it, like top level people tend to really suck. It's usually you get like a, what I mean, like top university, like Harvard, Yale, that the professors awful, but then you have all these people who are just below those,
not necessarily, but there's definitely a lot of truth in that. Or I don't know exactly how the law team works or something, but let's say someone's like a journalist or writer, and then when they reach like management level, they probably practice on their writing much less often or much less frequently. So they could kind of, perhaps even if they were good before, they could have lost some of that. So I think at the very least, that's perhaps what she was trying to say about the Johnny Depp team, which is, well, these guys deal in different ways. They usually make deals, or they usually don't go to trial and all this. So they don't, even if they were once really good at this or something, maybe they just don't get the practice anymore, right? I think at the very least, you can say that.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Yeah,
again, your
yeah.
success in these kind of things in workplaces a lot, some of it has to do with your skills, but a lot of it have to do with other indirect skills, like how to
Social.
socialize and politically maneuver, and knowing which project to attach yourself, which one to distance yourself from, all these kind of things that are different skills. But yeah, no.
I agree. I completely
No,
agree with you there.
that's very fair. But I think what you're also saying is that, especially since the Amber Heard team seems to be so annoying, maybe they're like, we should really consciously try to come off as the cool guys, and kind of goes with the Johnny Depp image right now and how he's rehabilitating himself and everything. It kind of goes with the whole vibe, at least.
And like the whole Kate Moss thing, it does feel like they are sort of, as I think she says it as well, they're sort of, no, Emily Baker, I think they're handing the rope to them so they hang themselves in a way, as in, like, because for example, when you don't object and allow them to ramble like Amber Heard, they may say stuff like Kate Moss thingy that may come back to haunt them. So it could be another strategy in that sense. But
which I believe. And
this I'm just a simple law correspondent from Texas, but I'm just a simple law correspondent.
And this actually reminds me that we might get disappointed by the cross-examination, because they were saying because they were saying that maybe the cross-examination would last a day or so. Don't expect them to go full crazy. Maybe they'll just plug a few major holes and just leave it at that. I think at the very least it should be like a bonus part of cross-examination. Maybe it doesn't count for the trial, the jury can leave. But just a bonus cross-examination for the people.
No, that's the thing. I feel
fans can come in and do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like they should do a public, one day should be a public hearing where fans can come and ask questions. So Amber, why are you such a, I can't say this.
Man, this poor girl. I kind of feel.
What do you mean, poor girl? The way this court is going, I swear to God, they're gonna bring back those things that they put in town, that they put your hand and head and throw tomatoes and eggs at. I swear to God, the way this court is going, like she, as we discussed with her, like she's gonna admit to some other crimes by the end, like
And man, and no fandom. It's not. This is not resonating anywhere. So I'm just thinking, as like a movie producer or something, I can't even be like, okay, Amber Heard became toxic, but we don't have too much of a budget. We can get her, underpay her, and there's still these people who like her and they'll come and see it. But I don't think that would be, unless she turns things around, she's gonna.
Man, no, forget about all of that. If anybody sees this, how did she ever get an acting job? This is like, she's the worst actress on earth. Man, she's the worst. I know, but come on. Like, even like there are pretty girls. There's plenty of pretty girls, or pretty boys. Like, you don't need, like, what is so special? You know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is acting. Her joy is almost like doing a separate movie than her. My joy acting in a romantic comedy while my eyes are doing horror.
She's talking about such harrowing stuff, but honestly, I probably believe it more than others. Like that's how little like anybody's believing.
Yeah, did you hear about the whole cocaine use thingy? Apparently,
about the jar that she just like puts it out there he had a jar of coke. Okay, because I heard that one, and
which by the way, he had a jar of coke out. What more do you want from a partner? Like, the man is giving you a jar of cocaine. What do you want from this? Like, what? Like, can I marry Johnny Depp? Is that like? Anyway, but yeah, no. She has this bit where you clean your nose, but whenever you cry,
yeah.
And then she apparently does this. And then some people are saying you may have used the substance or something, like putting onions in her thing. So come on, some tears. She should go with Prince Andrew's defense that she got injured at some point in the past, so she can't cry. Like, you
True.
remember
Oh my
Prince
God,
Andrew
that
was
was the
like,
most
I,
ridiculous thing, right? He can't sweat anymore because
I can't
that's not a
sweat.
bad injury. I got
Yeah,
injured
it's
and I
great.
no longer get tired or hungry.
No, I got injury. No more BO.
No,
No more BO.
I've smelled absolutely amazing since my car crash.
I just sprayed cologne on myself once since 2017. It's just it's a state of. So
That has
don't
to be
get.
one. But that guy is so pathetic that like people are just like,
He's
just go
settled
in the
though.
palace. Yeah, true. Just go.
Yeah, he's back in within the. He did a car drive with his mom recently,
Good
so
for him. Good for
he's
them.
been he's been rehabilitated.
Right. Good for them. But okay, I see. I'm pretty much done with my points. I know we had some
I have
UK
two.
judge stuff to get into. Yeah, so please.
So, one of our viewers kindly pointed out that the court in the UK was not a jury court; it was a judge type court. And then I was like, I was just curious. I literally googled who was the judge in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard trial, and guess what? The motherfucker has and he's a motherfucker. He has a Wikipedia page. So I think we found a real criminal, Andrew Nichol. That's his name, Andrew Nichol. He was educated at City of London's Freeman's School, Sloane College, Cambridge, and Harvard Law School. So, again, clearly one of those psychopaths that was probably part of all kinds of evil fraternities. He was called to the bar at Middle Temple in 1978 and became a bencher there in 2004. Now, I found it like there's not much there. There's something about his personal life and stuff. He's retired now. He's 71. Thankfully, he can't be shitty anymore. But what I found very interesting was that all his Wikipedia page has is his name and the tiny biography. Then, what is the next headline? Controversy.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, controversial cases. Sorry. So the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard is here, which they don't explain too much except that he ruled on that, which now we know. What a fucking idiot. I mean, are these...
But was his
how do you
ruling
get
honestly bad though, based on like, based on the
Yes.
court of law, there's one specific thing that you're looking for. It's not like general thing. Because, people were also writing in the comments that the Sun, it was just trying to prove that they could have reasonably believed that it was true.
No,
That's all they
I
had to believe. Yeah, I just want to put that out there.
That's the thing. Well, they thought, okay, but the whole point of the legal opinion they wrote at the end. This is from legal. I'm paraphrasing, but they state that in 14 cases, we find it in all those cases that it was more probable that Johnny Depp committed those acts, and so yeah, I think he's a complete idiot and a fool if in all those cases. Again, if they had said in one or two cases, in some of those cases it seems probable, or this is ridiculous. But then look at this is not like you have to fuck up quite a few times to get Wikipedia page. So this is another one. David Selou. Nicole was the judge in the trial of consultant surgeon David Selou in November 2013. Selou was found guilty of gross negligence manslaughter following the death of a patient under his care. He served 15 months imprisonment of a 30-month sentence. After release, Selou's appeal against the conviction was successful in 2016. The successful ground for the appeal was that Nicole had failed to instruct the jury properly regarding the grossness element of the offense. The jury had returned to the court before reaching their verdict seeking further guidance, which was not forthcoming from Nicole. So he's pretty much committed a legal offense there. He broke the rules of the court. As an officer of the court, usually people like him should be treated far worse. And that's what I want to do, is because judges, I think, everywhere in the world get like this benefit of judges are like these people who, as soon as they enter, I'm a man of faith. Like for some reason, they get a benefit of a doubt. Oh, like a priest. Oh,
Yeah.
judges are some of the worst people. And again, I'm so glad I watched Boston Legal. In that show, they portray judges as buffoons that they are. So I mean, I don't want to call this. This wasn't big enough to be a character assassination, but man, I'm glad he's retired, and I hope they cut off his pension. Frankly, if he's like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many court cases he did. Two
Yeah.
mistakes. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh.
Yeah. So I mean, it just seems. But I mean, again, this UK one is, if anything, coming back to kind of help Johnny Depp also a bit now too, no? Because everything that was kind of said, apparently, everything that Amber Heard has said there, or her team had said, and everything, they can come back and show inconsistencies there. So was it like
yes.
rushed or anything? How long? I feel like the UK thing was like something rushed or something. I don't know. It just seems like they did something like half-assed and it was like over, and now they're like, fine, now we really have to do the assignment. You know what I mean? It's like
it was a pilot.
Yeah, exactly.
No idea.
And with this
No
guy,
idea.
so yeah. So I mean, the case was probably really hard for Johnny Depp to win in that sense. And then also there seems like the judge wasn't the most competent one. No jury, no cameras. We don't even know what went on there.
One person kindly left a comment saying that she or he believes that also there is a bit of a media bias in the UK. And I think and just general, like, I genuinely believe Europe and UK are going crazy too much with the gender identity issues and all that. And I have an exhibition to read. Shall I?
Go ahead.
Oh, where did my exhibition? So which publication do you think it's from?
Guardian.
Yes. Man, I was looking so much online for anything supportive of Amber Heard. I couldn't find it. I was looking there, couldn't find it. This, that.
But and it was right there under your nose, huh?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
The Guardian app is like flashing on your phone. It's like me.
Yeah. Lights bulb. Man, listen to this. I mean, I just saw the title and I just went, yes, thank you. Quotation mark. She's coming off looking good. The weak Amber Heard finally spoke.
Oh.
She's coming off looking again. Like, okay, we have to read this.
Jesus.
Amber Heard. I mean, it's tiny. It's not long, but you have to put up with this.
Go ahead.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I know. Amber Heard was asked in court last week if she recognized the name Carly Simon. Soon after, her attorney introduced an exhibit of a mirror that Johnny Depp had defaced in tight punctuated a script after severing part of his middle finger in what his former wife described as a drug and alcohol-induced blackout. This is the beginning paragraph. And again, no decision has been made, but they are, what did they say? In a tight punctuated script, after severing part of his middle finger, the implication being Johnny Depp cut his finger off. While right now, this is very much up in the air, right?
Man, like, I mean, honestly, just this headline should make you question anything you ever see from the Guardian. I mean, I always say people are allowed to make mistakes. Our analysis is sometimes so shitty. And, make mistakes, say crappy stuff, complete misread things. But some things really, really make you, question things. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. And it's so fucking insidious to have a bias and try to sort of, contraband your bias, smuggle it through some, he's severing his thing. Nothing about.
And the headline is in quotations. I love that. So we'll see who that's given to.
No, I'll get to. Anyway, Depp's note read, call Carly Simon. She said it better. Bye. Heard testified she wasn't familiar with Simon or her work, but Depp, one can reasonably speculate. Speculate. Was referring to Yorso Wayne Simon's 1972 hit. His attorneys may take up the issue on cross-examination the week after next or the week after that. So it goes with the Depp-Heard defamation case in Fairfax, Virginia, a cautionary tale, certainly with disturbing allegations of domestic and sexual violence, but also a man-woman fight, part gender switch Sunset Boulevard, part Mean Girls, with flashbacks and still images taken appropriately enough given the sinister, if not vampiric nature of the relationship in Bella Lugosi's old house. I mean, first of all, get over yourself with your references.
Seriously.
Most people are reading this to get an overview of the court, not your references about Sunset Boulevard or Bella Lugosi's old house. Oh, Jesus
I mean, I
Christ.
don't get
Again,
it,
he's
but
not
I'm
doing
not there.
comedy. Oh, Sunset book, movie, the house they lived belonged to this. Anyway, which narrative jurors choose will not be known until after 27th of May, when attorneys will deliver closing arguments. For now, with the court out next week, the judge Penny Ascarate is at an unrelated judicial conference. Jurors are left to mull. Okay. All right, I'm going through.
Mhm.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Mhm.
Jurors are left to mull the last 2 days of Heard's take on her turbulent marriage. Again, do you see the use of
Yeah.
language? Her turbulent, not their
There.
turbulent marriage, her turbulent marriage. Quotation marks. Two skilled actors on the stand as witnesses could be equally resonant without regard to exactly where the truth is in their narrative, said Nanciana Aidelotte, a New Jersey lawyer. This is very challenging for jurors who might find what the plaintiff said to be compelling and is then equally moved by the defendant. I mean, you have to be a complete idiot
Yeah.
to say that. I think Johnny Depp and Amber
I was
Heard's
gonna
testimony
say.
is equally. I'm sorry, but case, I'm not talking about some hypothetical case. I opened this article to talk about this case, you son of a bitch. Heard's testimony, highly charged at times, has been delivered while keeping eye contact with jurors. Depp has kept his head down, occasionally consulting with his lawyers, usually when he seems to find something implausible. For example, that he ingested 8 to 10 ecstasy pills in one sitting in Australia or took quaaludes in Los Angeles. I mean, I'm sorry, but even I found that implausible. Not that I don't think he's a crazy. I'm sure he takes a lot of drugs a lot of time, but 10 ecstasies
Yeah.
kills you. You know, I don't. I feel like the stories she's telling is literally for older generation who's watch movies in which somebody smokes marijuana and then has an
Yeah.
overdose. Like,
No,
do not know
100%.
drugs.
Yeah. Especially 8 to
Like,
10. And you would imagine that, he's an actor, so he's getting like good ecstasy pills. It's not like 5 of them are just baking powder or something. So yeah, I mean, like I said, she just
exactly.
makes everything unfathomable.
I don't care.
She didn't
Exactly.
it wasn't just like domestic violence. She went through like car crashes, like in her kitchen. It pretty much seems like she was like almost murdered a few times by Johnny. There's nothing to laugh about.
Yeah,
but I mean,
that's not even. No, you're not even being hyperbolic. She claims attempted murder. This is not hyperbolic. I mean, look, man, again, my point here though is mostly like 10x. Like, I don't give a shit if you're a drug dealer and I've been doing drugs since you were 5. You can't have 10 ecstasies in one go.
In one sitting, 8 to 10. I mean,
in one sitting, yeah. But then article just takes a turn that I genuinely didn't see coming. Like, these people are expert at finding something that is woke and connecting. Listen to this. Heard's overall story is that she was courted and seduced and was bought a colt and fell madly in love with a movie star. Quote, when I was around Johnny, I felt like the most beautiful person in the world. Another, this is exactly what Dr. Shannon said about flowery language with no substance. While the world beyond their bubble was kept in abeyance. Abeyance? I've never seen that word.
Me neither.
Anyway, So see, Bubble. Now I was like, Bubble. Oh, now see where it goes. We weren't doing normal life stuff, Hertz said. We weren't stuck in traffic with each other. We weren't going to grocery store and doing life. We were hiding in these places around the world. And again, this is from Amber Heard. You see what I mean about this is like a book. This is like
Yeah, yeah,
somebody writing
exactly.
a memoir. But
She's acting like,
that's
as if she was like some like whole some poor random like a college girl, or like someone in like a small village that the prince of the country came and like swept her off her
oh
feet.
man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
Amber Heard,
love the
I knew about you before this Johnny Depp thing. I mean, you were relatively famous. I know you
no, I
weren't on
don't
Johnny
think so.
Depp's level, but I mean, she was a famous actress. Of course, nowhere near Johnny
No, no,
Depp.
no. But
But this is
No,
making
no.
it seem like she was just this nobody that Johnny Depp picked. I mean, I don't watch too many movies, but I knew very well of Amber Heard way before that.
I know, no, but Johnny Depp kind of made her famous though,
I
like
mean,
with
more
Rum
famous.
Diary and
Yeah,
all that.
sure, more
Yeah, yeah,
famous. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I love there is a part in her this in her testimony that she says, yeah, he had 5 penthouses, he had that, and he had like as if we all know how super he had an
Yeah.
island. So I don't, yeah, all that. And then she's like, yeah, and I had I had an apartment in LA.
I had
Like,
a Volks, yeah. I had a Volkswagen
apartment in
Golf
LA.
from the
Yeah, and a
90s,
Volkswagen.
I used to drive
Oh
back and forth to
yeah.
auditions
Like,
across
yeah, the
state
only
lines.
way. Yeah, I used to be smuggled from Mexico to do auditions, and then coyotes bring me back.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Anyway, but now the article just I was waiting for and it just goes into a woke gear I have not seen. That bubble, she testified, started to deflate when Depp began to disappear and she didn't know how to find or reach him. Heard argued that Depp became threatened by her career and jealous of her co-stars. The co-stars, there is videotape of her leaving then like at 12 at night. Yeah. I don't know why he became jealous. Very surprising. She testified that Depp threatened his life, her life, sorry. Oh, they talk about the bottle thing. Then Depp says, I fucking killed you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then months later, this is after the bottle incident, and so Heard alleges Depp broke her nose and ripped out a chunk of her hair. So again, like as you said, like these things. I'm looking for the parts. They also mentioned that Depp also says that I didn't do this, but in like Depp's paragraphs are
No,
this
I mean,
big,
this is all
Heard's
from
paragraphs are this
her.
big.
Yeah, I mean, it's all from her point of view. I mean, from the headline.
I'm fast. Yeah, I'm fast forwarding. I don't want to, misrepresent. Here, that's it. That's where I got. Heard testified that in her effort to help Depp get sober, she sought help through Al-Anon, and Al-Anon is, Alcohol Anonymous. Which is, by the way, Alcoholic Anonymous. I know it helps a lot of people, but it comes from very, very shocky scientific grounds, and there is very limited studies that support its, but it does help some people, so I don't want to put it that. And sought to distance herself from the relationship, but was drawn back in whenever Depp achieved brief periods of sobriety, and when the monster that the pair called his intoxicated persona was subdued. But at each turn, she said his efforts were hindered by an entourage, his security team, assistants, hanger-ons, who shielded him from the consequences of his drug and alcohol use. In London, she said, his security carried him in their rented home like a baby. Some of the most interesting testimony of the past week came from Depp's accountant. One estimated that Depp had lost 40 million in earning as a result of Heard's Washington Post opinion piece, in which she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Hollywood deal maker Richard Marks, a Depp witness, told the court that the filmmaking community had interpreted Heard's messages loud and clear. That actor is synonymous with the product, Marks said. When hiring that actor or actress, you want a reputation that supports their value, and then Me Too and stuff. So you see, now they're trying to build this narrative that, you know, Johnny Depp was a monster that would get on drugs and didn't know what he did. And there were these all the witnesses that we've heard are liars, because they're all like, you know, they're all enabling him, because that's the way they earn their money, you know?
Yeah.
So
and you know, it's really reminding me of like what they were saying, where which is fine, you're giving context and you can help to persuade the judge and other ways, but in stories, the ones that are believable have nothing to do with the case. Like, sure, I do believe that, you know, his security carried him in the rented house like a baby. Like, I don't know exactly what she means, but I'm sure, yeah, her entourage and her team were like nice to him and like babying him. I mean, he is a superstar, but then again, these don't mean, okay, domestic abuse. So that's apparently a trick. You just say a lot of things that are true, and then, you know, the jury's like, well, all of this and this sounds true, and nobody's objecting, although it's kind of just talking for no reason really, to an extent, because there's nothing to do with the actual what you're trying to prove.
Outside of the proceedings, Heard's PR team have accused Depp of failing to take responsibility. Quote, one of Ms. Heard's disappointments is Mr. Depp's inability to distinguish fact from fiction, a malady which appears to have spread to his legal team. Quote finishes. So you see, they're trying to portray him like he so much drug. That's what I mean. She's testifying for a 1950s audience with the way. Look at
I know the way that she dresses. Exactly.
It's like, you know, oh my God, my husband, the drug use, the alcohol use, he would drink wine.
I was just at home making him dinner, making him a sandwich. I would call him to go come home.
I came out with the apple pie and aprons, but he was doing drugs.
Yeah.
And then this part, this part, do you know what flack means?
No, but sorry, we'll get to that for a second. But even the PR sentence and quote is so fucking weak. One of Ms. Heard's disappointment is Mr. Depp's inability to distinguish fact from fiction. Oh, like she still wants to think the best of him. But yeah, she's still, out of everything he's done, this is what he disappointed. The guy almost murdered you. I mean, he could have caused you life-changing brain damage. But
damage, according, which is probably a lie. But then this part, flack, I believe, is a sort of a negative term.
Yeah, you receive flack is receiving. Oh, flack, F-L-A-C-K. I didn't see the spelling here.
F-L-A-C-K.
Yeah, receiving flack is like backlash, no?
That's what
publicize or promote. No, a publicity agent. What? Apparently, it's an informal word. Maybe
it's that's the thing. You see, they use like negative language that you. That's the thing. I knew about you getting a flag means you're getting shit, but like listen to this. A dep flag counter.
Strong criticism.
A Depp flag countered, not a Depp PR publicist, a Depp flag countered that Heard had delivered the performance of her life and that his attorneys look forward to cross-examining her.
By the way, here I see which definition of a publicity agent. So flack also means informal in North American as a publicity agent, according to Google. So yeah. But I mean, such a weird use of this word. I mean, not that we clearly don't know every word out there, but yeah. A representative, you usually say, or whatever this flack's position is. PR for Heard, you said her PR team. Not that sounds better, but anyway.
Now they speak to somebody else who is not that important, but then they talk to another PR star. Listen to this.
So many PR people.
Well, I mean, but Judah Engelmeyer at Herald PR says that no matter what the verdict in the case, Depp has afforded himself the opportunity to make his case in the court of public opinion. Quote, he got to tell his narrative rather than have it to be told by Heard in the Washington Post. He entertained and ended up getting a lot of people, including female audience members, on his side. That's how he wins, whatever the verdict, because he wants the world to see that he's capable of producing fans and producing entertainment. I do think she's right there. That is completely, that is, I mean, even if he doesn't win yet.
I mean, that's what I've been saying since day one. But yeah, what's the issue with that? I mean, you're just stating that as if that's a bad thing. What do you want him to do?
Yeah.
I mean, he's defending himself, right?
Yeah. For her, the issue may be more complex. Quote, she was considered a hero for putting out her narrative. So now she comes out more of a hero for taking the abuse in her marriage, if believed, and for taking the abuse in the court last week when he was entertaining. Witty, taking it lightly and getting laughs. So again, they mention if she wins. Nobody mentioned what if happens if she loses. That is quite interesting. A continuation of quote, she's coming off looking good also, says Engelmeyer. She's being a strong, bold, and unafraid. Sitting up there, I'm sorry, you could argue, even if you believe she's telling the truth, you could say that she's being very courageous to take this stand, but she's not coming across as a strong, bold, because she's crying. She's don't make me do you do this. That is, you might say this is courageous. She's getting over her fear, but this is not bold or strong.
And read the next one.
Unafraid, sitting up there telling her story. She's straightforward and not backing away from it and fighting for what she believes is right. I believe Engelmeyer may be working for her PR.
Or just absolutely delusional, because the funny thing is, she's not backing away from it. Like, she has no choice now. She has to take the stand and talk. So I don't even know what you're talking about. And plus, in fact, she did try a few times saying, like, I don't want to tell this story. It's too painful. So even on that note, I don't even know if this is accurate. She did try to back away from it. Although, I mean, of course, she has no choice.
That's a good point. Yeah, that is. You're right when you say I don't want to do it.
I mean, I understand.
Depp Engelmeyer believes will slowly find his way. Engelmeyer. I like this name. Engelmeyer believes will slowly find his way back into the movies, though perhaps not as prominently as before. Oh, really? Engelmeyer is giving, like, she's almost a fortune teller. I should ask her about my future. Depp may find his back in the movies. He may not be as big as he used to be.
Thank you.
No, sure. Yeah. I mean, these are what PR people get paid for, really. This level of analysis. Heard, he says, oh, it's a he, Engelmeyer? I thought it's a she, but Engelmeyer. Sorry, I love his name. Heard, he says, also will find her way back. Really? Are you sure? Have you seen her testimony? Maybe she finds her way back to some sort of high school play or something, but I'm not sure.
Jeez, hold on. Read this. Finish the last paragraph. This is insane.
It's over.
I know.
Quote, she'll get recast in some films to test the waters to see if she has that moxie. She was never as big as Depp, but a lot of the studios may think putting her in a is a good draw for women and for progressives who think she was strong and deserves a chance. She'll get the roles, and the box office will tell if she can command them.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Honestly, I mean, this is my opinion. You can think whatever you want. This is literally the worst out of everything I've seen the past 2 or 3 weeks. This was single-handedly the worst take of the whole thing. I mean, there was barely any part that was even like a good or smart take. I mean, this
inaccurate,
was just absolute trash.
Inaccurate. I would say insidious in the way they tried to frame things. And frankly, in my view, if you look at online, if you talk to people, just a complete misrepresentation of reality.
I mean, seriously, you should think about this twice. Be like, how can it be so removed, from what others are saying in this way, the analysis? I mean, just...
but man, let's try to get Engelmeyer on our show. I want Engelmeyer. I want Engelmeyer's take on things. Like, if he can come and give live takes about things, I would appreciate. This motherfucker probably earns like 6 number figures or some shit,
At the very, very, very least. But hey, he's earned it. He's managed to
he's doing good.
Make his way to up whatever food chain. Yeah. But I love, just to wrap up, I love how the headline is just a quote from someone. Guardian just put that. So yeah, that's good. She's coming off looking good. But damn, that was absolutely insanely bad.
Because It's almost like Guardian saying, we are not saying it. It's
Yeah.
somebody else is saying it. What do you want to know? They are saying she's coming up with. What do you want?
Yeah.
I love the end, by the way, that the women, like I mean, this idea that all women are always supportive of women and all men are supportive of men in
Extremely
all
sexist.
situations. And all progressives are all like, as soon as somebody claims to be a progressive or a stand up for a progressive issue, everybody's like, yeah, we are on her side.
Yeah.
Now. I mean, this is sexism, as you say. Yeah, this is sexism, and this is just like bigotry in a way, you
Yeah.
know, just putting people in boxes.
This is very.
But please,
Don't know what to say.
viewers, I'm a law correspondent and from now on body language expert. But please help me out. Whatever I missed, put it in the comments.
Definitely,
Because
definitely.
it was quite embarrassing last time. I made a couple of
Man, there's so much with
newbie.
this trial.
Yeah, I'm a rookie. So yeah.
All right, great stuff. Any final words?
No, please don't read Guardian ever.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll take this burden off of the whole
And this was
show.
absolutely insane. But okay, folks, please make sure to leave your comments, questions, criticisms. Please do so in the comment section. We'll make sure to get to them. If not, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.